When you was on the streets, you was a soldier. And then you got, when you went to Angola, you hit and walk with all that mountain off. And then you show colors when you got round them big dogs. When you was on the streets, you was a soldier. Boy, Soulja Slim about to that boy up over that song, I swear to God. I swear to God, that's a question for the lie detector test. Did Soulja Slim ever pull up the Did Soulja Slim ever pull up in front of Bell Auntie house to come check you about that song? Say, Bell, you know I ain't lying. Oh, Lord, there go Bell. So look, let me put Bell on the screen. Boy, look what Bell said. Yep. Oh, we got another one. Bell said he was so scared. Bitch, he must have wasn't expecting Slim to pull up. Bitch, and Soulja to pull up on Magnolia, bitch. Bitch, he pull up, bitch. You know, Bell Auntie said in between Cadence and Magnolia, and Vallis and Magnolia. It was the middle of the block, bitch. You pulled up. I was sitting on Sand Porch. So you know that's a couple of houses down. I saw everything, bitch. I'm sitting there watching Slim pull up. Slim wasn't happy with you about that song, boy. Y'all wasn't cool then. It wasn't no, nigga, it's on, nigga, oh, it's on, now, it's on. When Slim rolled that window down on that Cadillac truck and told you, Jesus, come holler at me. That's exactly what he told you. Jesus, holler at me. Real nigga pull up in your hood, on you. And when he saw you, he told you to come, nigga. And he saw Bell right there. He said, what's down, Bell? And when you realized that Slim was cool with Bell, when Bell was like, what's up, Slim, bitch? Your bitch ass ain't know that Slim and Bell jokes together. So they knew each other. So once you realized that Slim was there to f over you behind that song, because word hadn't got back to him, people saying you was talking about him. Bitch, when you saw him out of that Bell, your bitch ass looked back at Slim and said, you know, Bell, my best friend, and my best friend. You know my best friend, Bell? I said, man, this nigga. And guess what? Jizzle went took a ride with mother Slim. And when they came back, it was like Jizzle was his son forever. That was the beginning of Slim really sonning you. I witnessed it. I witnessed the day that you became Slim's son forever. See, I can tell these stories now because Bell actually in this bitch. You see what I'm saying? Official son. Say, Bell, the nigga winked his eye at you before he pulled out. When he let Jizzle out the truck, didn't he wink his eye at you? Nigga said, yep, with a smirk.
Now, I tried to find some evidence of BG dissing Soulja Slim in a song, but I couldn't find anything solid or official out there. I looked around, searched old interviews, tracks, even older mentions from fans and people that were around during that time. Nothing concrete really shows up. But at the same time, that doesn't automatically mean it never happened. A lot of things from back then weren't documented the way they are now. There wasn't social media to capture every little move or moment, and plenty of artists either took things down or kept them off the internet out of respect later on. So, honestly, it's very possible that if BG did diss Slim, he might have ended up taking that song or verse down out of respect for Slim and his family. Especially after everything that happened to Slim. We know how it goes in the streets and in the rap game. When someone passes away, a lot of people who might have had issues or disagreements tend to fall back out of respect. And BG, being from New Orleans himself, would have understood the type of legacy and love that Soulja Slim had in the city. That's not somebody you want to be seen disrespecting after he's gone, especially when the whole city stands behind him the way they did behind Slim. And if this situation really did happen, which honestly it probably did in some form, BG wouldn't have been able to keep up with Slim anyway. Not on a street level and not on a lyrical level either. Slim was too far ahead of his time. He had already jumped off the porch before BG even started getting his real stripes in the streets. Slim was living what most rappers were just starting to rap about. His energy, his confidence, his authenticity. That was something that couldn't be copied or matched. Slim wasn't just talking it, he was really about it. That's why his name still carries so much weight to this day. Now, that's not to say BG wasn't respected or couldn't stand on business, because we all know BG was really from that too. He came from that same environment, went through the same struggle, and held his own. But the difference was, Slim had a different kind of presence. Slim was one of those people who didn't need a lot of talking to make people understand who he was or what he stood on. He moved with a certain type of energy that demanded respect without him even having to ask for it. So even if BG would have tried to go bar for bar or street for street with Soulja Slim, it probably wouldn't have gone the way he wanted it to. There would have been consequences behind that, because Slim wasn't someone you just threw shots at lightly. He had a whole city that loved him, and the people that were close to him weren't the type to let disrespect slide. BG might have realized that early on, which could explain why things never escalated, or why we don't see much proof of it floating around today. In the end, both of them came from the same environment, the same struggle, and they both made an impact on New Orleans hip-hop in their own ways. But Soulja Slim was a different breed, raw, unfiltered, and real to the bone. You could hear it in his music and see it in how he carried himself. BG might have been respected in his own right, but Slim had that aura that only a few artists ever really have. So, even though we can't confirm that BG ever dropped a diss towards Soulja Slim, the story itself shows how deep the respect in that city runs. Sometimes it's not about who's tougher or who could win the beef. It's about understanding that certain names carry legacy and certain lines just don't get crossed.